Okay, we're recording. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to take a break from the price action concepts and look at a trade IQ video just to shake things up and have some fun. This one, I believe it demonstrates a ChatGPT indicator in conjunction with a few others that apparently generates very reliable buy and sell signals. So we're going to break down what Trade IQ guy says. I don't know his name. And then we're going to put it in the same format that we've been using for the past 2 weeks or so. And then we may even set up a dummy account to kind of test it out. So we have quite a bit to do. So let's get to it. And I've already grabbed the transcript and I put it over here. This is kind of, this channel is, I don't want to say a little bit sensationalist, but I think there's a lot of good stuff on it too. So KNN is actually K nearest neighbors algorithm. So that's its true name, its full name. So we'll just we'll take the time to read the Wikipedia page, even though it's very mathematical. It probably doesn't matter too much in the context of what we're using the algorithm for, because you don't really need to understand how something works to use it. You just know how to use it, or need to know how to use it. The output is a class member. So he mentions determines the class of a data point based on the nearest neighbors. No, he is in fact saying feature vector, so not future vector. He's British, so. Not even gonna pretend that I understand anything that's going on here. So we're just we're getting an overview. Ah, that is fascinating. We'll find a quick video on it. StatQuest! I like it. Josh Starmer, StatQuest. Okay, so let's return to the original video. Let's just do a quick recap of the RSI. The RSI is a bounded oscillator because its values are bounded within 0 and 100, and it oscillates between them. Okay, I really like this guy. I think I'll go through all his videos in this series for the classical, if you will, technical analysis indicators. So let's see if he has a playlist of them all. Spotlight on trading indicators. View full playlist. Yeah, this looks great. So I'm gonna save that. You never know what you'll find. before I forget, I'll run through the RSI graphic that we just created. Is the RSI default look back period is 14, and it takes the average increase in price over the look back period and divides it by the average decrease in price over the look back period, and that will either generate a value above 1 or below 1. So above 1 if price rises more than it falls, you know, on average, and then a value below 1 if it doesn't. So, and if it rises above these key areas, once it's normalized, once it's bounded between 0 and 100, it can generate overbought and oversold signals. I think we've all probably heard of the RSI, so I won't go into it too much, but I'm glad I took the time to do this to refresh myself. Okay, so back to the Okay, so let's choose a cool name for this strategy. Of course, we'll have the descriptive name as well, which would be KNN with RSI and EMA. Rocket Flute Crocodile. That's cool. I think we can do better than that though. Salad Wrestling Island. I'm kind of only looking for a 2-word name, so. Curling Red Rear Window. Okay, username like, let's take it down to 10. Toast Beans. Okay. V for Vendetta. That is a great movie. I love that movie. Jupiter. Ooh, I like that. Jupiter Ice. Okay. Now, if that's not a cool name, I don't know what is. So, this is the Jupiter Ice strategy. Okay, let's get back to it. Restart the timer. Now we have one example of the Jupiter Ice strategy all worked out and ready to go. And I'll go over that a bit later. I want to get the other example done before I do an overview. So we'll go to the short example and see if we can mark that up in the same way that we did the first long example. Okay, that was really easy to switch between the short and the long. So we just changed the aboves to belows. We changed blue or green to red. Another below, another red. And we changed oversold to overbought. So the theory doesn't change, just the direction. Okay, that looks pretty good for the short variation. So I'll walk through it now. So the Jupiter Ice strategy, as our username generator gave us, uses 3 indicators. Let me bring up the notes here. So the indicators it uses are the machine learning KNN based strategy by Capismo, the EMA ribbon by FS Script, the one that the Trade IQ or Invest IQ, or I forget the channel's name, uses is no longer available on TradingView, so we'll have to find something else. And then the good old RSI oscillator. The RSI will be adjusted from the default values of the upper band being at 70 and the lower band being at 30 to 60 and 40 respectively. So to enter a long, let me pin this to the top. There are 6 steps. The first step is that price, right here, must close above the 200 period EMA. So we have this big, long, exponential moving average, 200 period. So that means it stretches back 200 bars, in case you didn't know. So price closes above that. So that's step number 1. Step number 2. The EMA ribbon must be above the 200 EMA. So this is the EMA ribbon. This ribbon-like drawing of EMAs overlapping each other with different periodicity. So the EMA on the, let's see, which one would it be? Yeah, the EMA on the bottom would have the longest periodicity, and then as we move up, see there's 8 of them in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They would have gradually decreasing periodicity so that they will track price more and more closely. So this top one, you can see it follows price closer than this bottom one. It's just because it has a shorter period. And of course, they will start to converge if price, enters this ranging motion, because the longer it ranges, all the moving averages start to have the same data to use. Okay. So that's step number 2. The EMA ribbon must be above the 200 period EMA. As you see, it is here, 200 EMA ribbon. The third step is the EMA ribbon must be green. Now, this is interesting because since the EMA ribbon that the Trade IQ guy uses is no longer available on TradingView, I don't know if the one that I found by FS Script does that whole color changing thing, or what the criteria for it to change color is. I assume that for its color to change, perhaps it moves above or below a significant moving average like the 200 EMA. So maybe when we're above the 200 EMA, it's green, and when we're below it, it's red. I'm just not sure. So we might have to forego that step, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll ignore what that step is trying to tell us. And what the step is trying to tell us is we're trying to determine the trend. Okay, so price is above an exponential moving average, it means there's an uptrend. And if it's below the EMA, it means there's a downtrend. So when it just crosses above it, it means, we might be starting a new uptrend. So yeah, so we're just trying to determine the trend with these first 3. Okay. And then the KNN strategy prints a blue label. Let's see, that'd be step number 4. Yep, and that's, I can't really explain the KNN strategy too much, because as we saw earlier, it's based on quite a bit of math and machine learning and all that stuff. So we don't need to really worry about how it generates this blue signal. We just need to observe the signal and see if it fits with our other confirmations. So that was actually, no, that number 4? What's going on here? Price must pull the EMA, blah, 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 blah. Oh no, is my count off? What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, we just, we skipped a step. Which is price pulling back to the ribbon, and then closing above the long-term EMA. And when he says long-term EMA, he's not talking about the 200 period EMA. He's talking about, like I said, this bottom line here, because that's the one in the ribbon that has the longest periodicity. So as we can see, well, I mean, in this case, all the ribbons converge together, so it's hard to see, but he is talking about, I believe, the lowest EMA in the ribbon. So we have that marked down here, and we have the bar closes above it. Back down to step 5. I actually should have faded that out there, because that's not part of the step. So we wouldn't need to worry about it until now, and now we worry about it. So the KNN strategy must print a blue label. So there's that label based on math and such that's beyond our comprehension. We won't worry about it. And then the final confirmation, and this is just to let us know that we are getting in at a good level, is the RSI must be oversold prior to the buy signal. In this case, it's oversold just prior to the buy signal. You can see it's just one bar behind it. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. The oversold level could be, somewhere back here. It's just the way I see it is that the RSI should be declining, right? So we're going from oversold. Wait, no, wait a second. Must be the oversold. Okay, so we're going from overbought, right, all the way down to oversold. So we want to see, you know, this oscillator moving down, bottoming, giving us the oversold indication at the 40 level, and then we can be confident that the price should be inclined to move up again. Now sometimes, you know, it does put in double bottom, but hopefully price wouldn't drop so far as to set off our stop loss, which I will describe next. So for the Jupiter Ice strategy, the risk-reward ratio is 1 risk for 2 reward. And we would place the stop loss below a significant or a recent swing low, which, you know, he didn't really show on the chart. That's why I say not shown, but we can assume there was something back there. And then, of course, our take profit would be 2 times that. So way up here, which seems like a lot, but you know, apparently it's back tested. So, and then once price moves 25% in the direction of our take profit, we would move the stop loss to the entry, thus risk-freeing the position. So even if things moved adversely from that point, we would be at worst back to where we started. We wouldn't lose any of the day count. So yeah, I don't know how much more I need to go into that. We'll look briefly at the short variation, but it's basically the same. In this case, price must close below the 200 EMA. We have the close here, EMA up there. Let's see, what are we looking at? Number 2, the EMA ribbon must be below the 200 EMA. Yep, pretty obvious. EMA ribbon must be red again. Well, we don't know if it'll change color with the indicator we're using, but we'll just keep that in mind. KNN strategy must print a red label. 1, 2, oh, we forgot one. Yeah, here we go. Well, we're always forgetting the pullback, and I'm not entirely sure about the significance of this pullback or what he means by a pullback. I wonder if he means it exits the ribbon and then comes back into it, so that if it was in the ribbon the whole time, that would not be a setup we could use. But yeah, so just we'll take that at face value, and we won't try to speculate too much on that. Okay, KNN strategy prints that magical math. RSI must be overbought prior to the buy signal. So in this case, again, we're 2 bars behind with the overbought. But he does show in another one of the examples in his video that the overbought or the oversold printed, I don't know, it was like 10 bars back. So not too far back, but same kind of thing here. You know, we're moving from oversold to overbought. So there's a clear direction up, and then we expect maybe a clear direction down, hopefully, because that's what it does.